The leaker's still going, and now we have information about ancient forms and future forms. Let's take a look. So in yesterday's video, I talked about the fact that the leaker was gonna take the weekend off, but then I forgot that they're in a different time zone. So it's not the weekend anymore for them, and they're still going, and they are dropping lots of bombs of information. So we're gonna dive in. We got some spoilers here. You guys already know the dealio. First things first, the Riddler says, I saw this on VP. That's basically what you would feel about Titan or Scarlet and Violet. Remember, this pick doesn't confirm or deny anything. It's just an example. And basically, this kind of reiterates and strengthens the argument that in the past, you know, generally a Pokemon like Vulpix and Alolan Vulpix share the same Pokedex number, but in this game, in Scarlet and Violet, they don't. So Magnemite and then a new Magnemite form, which, by the way, there isn't a new Magnemite form according to the leaker. This is just an example, would have a different Pokedex number and a different name. So they're approaching forms differently in this game. So that is going to be some insight as to why the dex is what it is. Now, we're going to be reporting with Central Leaks, but Central Leaks is simply parroting the leader Kaka, who has the beta version of the game and has been leaking the game over the last few days. And the leaks keep on coming, and it's been insane because I just don't know where this ends. Like, where do these leaks stop? Because this person has not been stopped. They clearly are on a rampage to just leak the whole game at this point. I don't know when it stops, but we're going to keep going and we're going to keep covering it because I feel like I'm so far in on the rabbit hole. Centro says that the camera is still controllable in battle, so much like in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can rotate the camera around, and the leaker does say the music is 10 out of 10, which is pretty normal for Pokemon games. Pokemon historically has had phenomenal music, so I'm not surprised to see that. They then report on the fact that Pawmi's evolution is electric and fighting type, and that is our first electric and fighting type Pokemon, as far as I can think of, in the entire game. Although Zeraora probably could have claimed that throne, it didn't. So it seems like Pawmi's evolution, Nemona's signature Pokemon, is indeed our first electric and fighting type Pokemon, and I'm sure we're gonna see more Pokemon like that kind of capture new types that we've never seen before. So I'm hoping for that Bug Dragon still holding out for it. Let me know what type you want to see the most in the comment section below. We also get information that Smoliv evolves into an olive tree. Surprise, surprise. So it goes from a little olive into a full-blown olive tree, maybe into a branch and then a tree, I don't know, but it is gonna evolve into an olive tree. A lot of people are speculating this could be a waifu Pokemon. I don't know. Fuecoco's evolution is not bipedal. Thank baby Jesus. All right, listen, I'm very thankful because I am not a fan of the humanoid starters, man. I'm sorry, I don't. I look back to what Pokemon was when I was a kid. Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. I know that Blastoise is standing up and Charizard's standing up, but they're not humanoid, right? But then in the newer games, you have things like Chestnut, Delphox. It feels like there's such this push for them to be more humanoid. I'm not a fan of those personally. Like, if you like them, that's cool, man. No hate, right? Everyone's got different opinions. I like bug types, most people don't. But I'm just glad that Fuecoco is gonna be quadruped. It's gonna stay on the ground. I hope my boy is fierce. It already seems as though obviously Quaxly is gonna be standing up, and it seems as though Sprigatito's evolution is gonna be standing up based on what we covered yesterday. Apparently, there's no third legendary in this generation. I find that very crazy. Big focus on Koraidon and Miraidon. Apparently, no third legendary. Tauros does indeed have a new form, which is what we've been speculating for a very long time, and it is apparently black. It is a black bull, which is interesting because if you guys remember this leak that came out not that long ago, I should say rumor, it was debunked to be fake. The modeler came out and said it was fake. Interesting that happened to be a black Tauros at the time. Again, this is fake, but apparently the new Tauros form is going to be black. This might be disappointing for some, according to the leaker here. Wooper and Tauros are the only two new regional forms. That's it. Wooper and Tauros, the only regional forms. But we know that there's all these different other things, right? There's ancient species, future species, etc., which we're going to talk about here. And apparently there's 8 to 9 ancient species. Central then goes on to say that the leaker replied to a person who was asking about future species, not ancient. That's the first time the leaker has mentioned future forms. We don't know if the leaker is referring to both future and ancient Pokemon as a group. So, still trying to figure out, is ancient and future separate, together? There's still some uncertainty here, because again, there's some translation concerns and things of that nature. But apparently there's going to be 120 to 140 new Pokemon, which is the most robust new Pokedex we've had since probably Generation 5, right? Because X and Y was like 80-ish Pokemon. Yeah, I think it's got to be the biggest Pokedex we've had in terms of new Pokemon since Black and White. But remember, much like we started this video off by saying, like, okay, if there's a new Magnemite form, an ancient form, whatever, future form, it's a new Pokemon. It's not considered a form. So this is saying that there's gonna be 120 to 140 new Pokemon, but again, some of them may be forms of existing Pokemon, but now they have new names. It's just interesting how they're doing that. It then goes on to say that ancient and future Pokemon species can't evolve. Very interesting. So we know of the fact that there's ancient and future forms for particular Pokemon, like we saw Jigglypuff as one of them. And now we're finding out that maybe they can't evolve? Amoonguss? I don't know. That's very, very peculiar to me. But we're gonna roll with it for now. Again, I think it's important to take everything with a grain of salt simply because there could be translation errors, but that's what we're gathering right now. Now, this is something we kind of picked up recently, that the gym leaders have a second job. All of the gym leaders have a role in the region outside of just being a gym leader, which is something that kind of took place in Unova, and they've kind of dabbled in it previously in some of the other games. It's very much so a concept from the anime and the manga. Apparently I say that wrong, manga, my bad. So they all have a second job, and I find this to be interesting. One gym leader is a skier, okay, and the other one is a streamer. Well, what do you know about that? For those who don't know, I was a full-time streamer for a very long time. I'm working on a secret project if you guys haven't heard about it. I haven't told anyone what it is yet. It's very secretive, but maybe I'll give you guys a teaser soon. It's taken up my entire year. I spend hours a day on this secret project. I can't wait to share it with you. I'm gonna share it with you guys at the end of the year. So apparently one of them is a streamer, which is super cool because it's 2022. Streamers are a thing, you know? Content creators like me are a thing. So it's cool that they would give a gym leader that second job. It's a job. I work a lot of hours, guys. There's a new samurai Pokemon, which does piggyback off of what the Riddler said. We thought that there was gonna be a Japanese themed bug, so it's possible that this new samurai Pokemon is indeed that. And the leaker is also hinting that Bisharp gets an evolution, but not confirming it for now. We're gonna come back to that point in just a minute. We talked about a new Pokemon that has a hammer, and apparently that Pokemon is actually pink. So we have the color of the new Pokemon with the hammer. And then it's actually Pawniard that's getting a new evolution, not Bisharp apparently. So Pawniard getting a new potential evolution, that could be really cool. And this is even saying that Primeape is getting an evolution. So we'll have to wait and see if this all comes true. Apparently there's something going on with a monkey getting a third evolution. I guess it's speculated to be Primeape according to Centro here. So we'll have to see if that ultimately is what happens. But what are your thoughts on Pawniard and Primeape potentially getting new evolutions? And then the last two things here are MIsdreavus gets an ancient form, much like the Jigglypuff and the Amoonguss we saw, and Delibird is going to get a future form. But the hang up with that is that we just talked about how they don't evolve. So I'm a little interested in that. So Delibird getting a form, MIsdreavus getting a form, but then they don't evolve. I don't know how that's gonna work. Interesting though. I mean, MIsdreavus with a form with some stat changes could be actually pretty dope. I'm excited to see an ancient MIsdreavus. That could be really sick. Because I always thought that Pokemon was really dope. Delibird getting a future form. We'll have to see what's going on here. Again, I just don't know, right? I don't know what's gonna be real and what's not. But these are all coming from the source that is clearly legit. They're playing the game. It's just a matter of whether the translations and the kind of communication is correct. The last thing I want to talk about today is kind of the thoughts on the new water Diglett, which Soul Silver did a great post on. Before I talk about that though, if you guys haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post videos every single day talking about Pokemon leaks, rumors, riddles, all sorts of stuff. And we're almost at 1 million subscribers. We're 5,000 away, guys. Like seriously, if you guys turn up on this video right now and you just take a second out of your day to subscribe, we will hit 1 million today. Like it is actually possible. There's so many of you guys who watch and aren't subscribed, and it's all good, I get it, but half of you guys are not subscribed. So seriously, just subscribe. Seriously, just subscribe. Anyway, Soul Silver talks about the spotted garden eels. So the Riddler had come out and said, there's a Diglett, there's a regional fake of Diglett, some sort of form of Diglett, and he says it's like eels. And then the thought is that it's actually based on the spotted garden eels. It's a Diglett, but an underwater Diglett. I adore this concept. They're not exactly the same, but I think it's gonna be the Diglett line, and this is what I think it's gonna ultimately be. And then, you know, we got some really interesting kind of fan-made art of these Diglett forms, and it makes a lot of sense, right? This idea that instead of Diglett being on land, there's like a Diglett in the water, and it kind of goes back to that original like geyser Diglett fake that went around. The Riddler's like, this is actually interesting because it's kind of close to what's actually a thing. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that, whether or not we do ultimately get this kind of spotted garden eel Diglett, but I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, it's better than a lowland Diglett, that's for sure. Like I said, I don't know where this leak season ends. Like, this is insane. I just can't even put into words how crazy it is that we continue to get more information every single day from this leaker. They are not going to be stopped, it seems, and they're going to keep putting out information. So this seems to be a daily affair. Me and you guys watching, just bringing you guys the info. So I'll keep it coming. If you guys keep, I'm gonna keep it coming either way. But like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you guys are new. Almost at 1 million, a drop to 1 million. Hashtag do something with that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with probably more leaks. Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow? I don't even know at this point. I'll see you soon.